Shalom. All praise to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Racha Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well and labor in the word and doctrine. Shalom, meaning peace. May that be unto the elect of the nation of Israel. So we've got this 1 Corinthians 4 and 9. It says, For I think that the Most High hath set forth us the apostles last, as it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. Now, although the word apostles is applied to the top four men of Great Millstone, the leadership, really, as your elder apostle Taha specifically is on record as saying, really everyone that goes out to teach, is an apostle. Because what does that word mean? Apostolos.
Strong's G 652. Apostolos. Apostolos.
Apostolos. So it's a delegate, a messenger, one sent forth with orders specifically applied to the 12 apostles of Hamashiach, in a broader sense applied to other eminent Christian teachers of Barnabas, of Timothy and Silvanus. So all it means is actually this: one sent forth with orders. So what are we sent forth? We're sent forth to prophesy, to preach, which really all preach means is to prophesy. Because what? Because the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy. So we should, if we're ministering that, what we should primarily be getting into, our focus should be prophecy. Things to happen, things to come. The proverbial heralding in of the king. Which, a herald, if you look that word up as well. Herald, not Herod. Herald, messenger, envoy. From Old French, hero, commander of an army, or a similar Germanic source from Proto-Germanic haja or haya, army, from piayi root koro, war, see hari, to command, rule, see wield. The form fits, but the sense evolution is difficult to explain unless it is in reference to the chief officer of a tournament who introduced knights and made decisions on rules, which was one of the earliest senses, often as herod of arms, although not the earliest in English. Herald is a verb to sound the praises of. So when you see on them, I said it in a video recently, I can't remember which one, but when you see an old style, and not mad old, a period piece, and you have a red carpet, you have all the trumpets, that fanfare or that sounding of the trumpet is heralding. It's heralding and it's making you aware, letting you know what's about to happen, which is that a monarch is about to appear, and normally a king. So the king is about to appear. Now we're telling you that we're heralding in, and we're telling you that Yahawashi is going to come. And we're telling you certain things that are going to happen before that, certain things that are going to happen at that time, certain things that are going to happen as a result of that. So that's a full herald, a full heralding in. So it comes from this word apostolos, comes from this apostello.
Strong's G 649. Apostello. Apostello.
Right, to order one to go to a place appointed, to send away, dismiss, to allow one to depart, that he may be in a state of liberty. To order one to depart, send off, to drive away, send 10 times, send forth 15 times, send away 4 times, send out once. Miscellaneous twice. 1 Corinthians 4 and 9. For I think that the Most High hath set forth us the apostles last, as it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. So when we're preaching, we're made a spectacle. What's the word spectacle? It goes back to the word theatron, which is where you get the term theatre.
Strong's G 2302. Theatron. Theatron.
Theatron, a theatre. A place in which games are dramatic, No, a place in which games and dramatic speeches. I'll try it there. I say third time lucky. A theatre, a place in which games and dramatic spectacles are exhibited and public assemblies held. For the Greeks used the theatre also as a forum. A public show, metaph, a man who is exhibited to be gazed at and made sport of. And that's what we are. When we're out there, people, looking back 2, 3, 4 times when they're driving the car, focus on the damn road, but they're convicted. Yeah, they wonder what's going on there. Yeah. And more time it's not out of sincere, understanding of the truth. It's, they look peculiar. What are they? You see that sort of see them smirking up, laughing. Same if they're in a car with more than one person, or if there's someone other than the driver, they normally make a little comment. You see them smirking, giggling together. Look at those superheroes. Look at those Power Rangers. What are they doing, man? Look at those niggers. Yeah, you don't know what they're saying, but you know that they're, spectating, which it's okay. Yeah, that's what it's about. Becoming that spectacle, getting the shame on this side. Much rather that than having the shame and everlasting contempt on the other side. As it says, Daniel 12:2. And many of them, this is talking after the time of Jacob's trouble when we're in the kingdom, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And you've had brothers that have had dreams of this sort of era. We're good, we're in the kingdom, we're living, we've been changed, we can't sin. But people are so cast down in the spirit for being scoffing and mocking demons, talking about all manner of slander and such. Certain groups want to say rapist simply because we say what the law says on how to deal with a rape, a seizure, a capture of an unmarried woman. We go into the law and tell you verbatim what it says. We teach it as it's meant to be taught. And now, we're positioned as wicked. Galatians 4:16, what does that say? It says, am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Or telling you the age of marriage in the Middle Ages, or even up past that time. It wasn't before, your great-great-grandma. She was probably married around the age of 12, 13, 14. That was the common custom. Ironically, it came up on the job, not this, but talking of the so-called, the false prophet Muhammad, and some, Muslims and non-Muslim sort of Christians and possibly atheists. Not really sure, not really trying to find out. We're going into it. What do you think that's right? And they said some people say, not consummated, betrothed or engaged at 6, and consummated at 9 years old, about so-called Prophet Muhammad. And someone said, well, do you think that's right? And they said, well, not in this society. And a woman had said, not in this society. I thought that's a wise answer. Yeah, that's a wise answer, because it's not. We're not telling you, go out and do this. We're simply saying, back then, this was what happened. This is a matter of truth. This is a matter of history. Yeah, and you've had certain documentaries that will tell you this. This is what happened. Now, they don't call them wicked and say this and that. I'm going to say, am I therefore become thine enemy because I tell you the truth? These are people that would rather have lies, rather say, back in the day, in ancient Israel, no person got married below the age of 18 years old. That's right, brothers and sisters, 18 years old. Now, you have certain groups saying you're a little one if you're less than 20 years old, which that don't, a big, imagine a Jake that goes to the gym, plays, let's say him shoot shot put, or plays one of the big spots, NFL. I don't know the positions. I think linebacker. Try to sound like I know what I'm talking about. But basically, imagine a big buff Jake, 19 years old. He's been hitting the gym since he was 15. His testosterone started kicking in when he was 13. And then him get all the way to 19, buff. He can bench press you, your uncle, your whole family on one arm, and then you're telling me that's a little one. Come on, man. So we're meant to be made a spectacle to the world. The world's not meant to get this. The world's not meant to go, oh wow, these Hebrew Israelites are really, Yeah, they've really got something. And they're not really meant to be able to condemn us. You know, how it says sound speech. The he that is of the country part may not be able to condemn. You know, but they're not meant to get it. You're not meant to explain it in a way that it deviates from the scriptures, that you know you're taking people's feelings into account. So you maybe you call a man of the Lord wicked for something he did that is distasteful in this time. You're not meant to break it down like that. You break it down as it is. You're plain, no gimmicks, no fashion shows and stuff like that. Just keep it plain, man. It's meant to be the gospel that's bringing people to this, and not all the extracurricular activity. So 1 Corinthians 4 and 9, for I think that the Most High hath set forth us the apostles last, as it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. This is Luke 14:23, and the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. Now, of course, this is a parable. We are meant to go out into the places, in the streets outside, and preach His gospel. Now, whether people come up and hear it, that's up to the Lord. We preach the gospel, and we expect everything else to be sorted out by the Lord. We don't need to walk up to random people, say, hey, have you heard of the Hebrew Israelites? For that one guy did. And if he's sincere, cool. Set up your camp. I think Elderman Atazachba even had the lesson called set up your camp and teach, and the Lord will do the rest. So that's what we're meant to do. We set up our camp. The Lord sends people to laugh at us, scoff at us, maybe come up, ask questions. And then there it is. All that other stuff is unnecessary. As I said, extracurricular activity. That child's going on mad. Anyway, Salachia. I'm going to close out now. Next video, Lord willing, all praise to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rachah Kodash. Shalom.